Dubai is very similar than Bali for a few reasons. Dubai is the mecca of influence, similarly to Bali. But everything in life is just a question of matching.
Yeah.
You want to work with a person, and you want to make sure that you select the right person. You set the rules clear on the table. You play open cards. The match happens. The venue gives the offer that was promised, and the blogger is delivering the deliverables. We bring the structure, we bring the transparency. The blogger sees what they will get. The venue sees with whom they are going to collaborate. It's the choice of the blogger to apply for it, and it's the choice of the venue to collaborate with this person. But at least everything is centralized. Everything is data-driven.
Can you give us an example how the app actually works?
Content creator or someone that wants to produce content for their social media, and then you've got venues that want to collaborate. The Secret Society sits perfectly in the middle of that. We're providing options in a clear presented app, so the content creator, the blogger, the model can sit there and say, plan out their day and pick 5 or 6 things that they want to do in one day, and they can choose the collaboration. And then it links with the business owner, and then they can decide whether that profile suits their business, and then the magic can happen.
Today we're trying to discuss about influences in Bali, and at the same time there is an app which is trying to more naturalize the process to do the marketing, and which gives the control to the venues instead of the people whose influences are I still don't believe in influencing, and I think who are you to influence like every other people? What did you do in your life to do that, with beginning that, I want to tell a story that happened that I hear, he's one of the biggest influencer, which I have seen his YouTube videos before I made a move to Bali. So one day they wanted to create a event on a restaurant. So they go to restaurant, tell restaurant saying, we're gonna invite 30 people, we're gonna pay for it, and we're gonna create some content here, and they're going to promote the restaurant too. So after the event is done, everybody went their separate ways, and they didn't pay the bill, and they didn't do any promotion to the restaurant. So when I hear that stuff, it just pisses me off that why would you say something and don't do it? This is what I see in Bali, taking advantage to the venues. So that's why some of my friends don't like to be influencers. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, I think you're right. I believe like every other jobs, there is good and bad people. I believe, to come back to the point that you made, we are all getting influenced.
Yeah.
We were getting influenced by Michael Jordan before, Michael Jackson's. Now we just we call influencers people that are using social media as a tool. But in my opinion, Michael Jordan was influencing people on his own way through the TV.
Yeah.
I got influenced by my friend growing up. I got influenced by my parents. We're all getting influenced one way or another. Right now, we are discussing, and maybe at the end of this discussion, I'm going to be influenced by your ideas, and you will get influenced by mine.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
So I will not say that influencer or getting influence is a bad thing. However, I agree with you. We gave over the last 5 to 6 years a lot of power to certain people that sometimes were having great intentions, and other people that were misusing this platform that they were having, right?
Yeah.
So there is always a good and bad example. I can give you examples of great people that commit to a task, went, give visibility to a very small restaurant, and this guy now is making a great living out of it. If you think about it, Salt Bay was actually a guy that was cleaning dishes in the back of a Turkish restaurant, and through social media became like a really wealthy individual that is making millions of US dollar. So social media gave a platform, a chance to everyone. YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, etc. We are all having the same chance of success there. So a guy that have a good idea, storytelling to say, can take his phone, produce a piece of content, and be viral potentially. So there is some magic into it, but I agree. The story that you have, I know a million of that, where you have people misusing the platform that they have, and they end up getting the reward and not delivering the work.
Yeah.
But we are here to change that.
Yeah. So where do you guys come in this thing?
We give a structure. The job of a YouTuber, the job of an influencer was not recognized by banks. I think in Bali it's still not recognized as a job. I think you cannot be an influencer and open a bank account and be recognized as one. Why there is so many misused is because there is no framework. The brands are working with influencers, not knowing if they're the right one. They give them money or sometimes complimentary experiences, not knowing if this person is going to fulfill the deliverables. As well, on the other side, sometimes I have influencers coming to places because there is two sides of the stories, and not getting what they were promised, not getting paid. So the entire space is just like smoke and mirrors, you know, like everyone is lost and it lacks of a structure. So we are here to, you know, we produce an app that is very known now in the UAE. We've been doing that for 6 years, where we work in full transparency. So the brands list their establishment on our platform, list their brands. They tell to the bloggers what they will give them. Everything is complimentary. A VIP beds in one of the best beach clubs, a table in a very nice VIP club. They can get a free dinner somewhere, a collaboration with a clothing brand, and in exchange, the bloggers have a full list of deliverables that they need to fulfill.
So how does you help? Like in UAE, you've seen for 6 years. How did you guys think to make it work, make it became structurable? What are the challenges you guys went through?
Dubai is very similar than Bali for a few reasons. Dubai is the mecca of influence, similarly to Bali, on a more exotic kind of
exactly,
framework, right? Miami is one of them. Tulum is one of them. You have a population of bloggers that is, you know, to the roof, and you have a lot of brands that want to collaborate with them. And basically, the way that they were doing so is reaching out to them on social media, using PR agencies. All of that was messy. PR agencies are very pricey. In Dubai, you want to work with a PR agencies, costs like $5,000-6,000 US per month. They give you like 3 to 4 influencers a month. We are working with Atlantis, with Myriad Group, and these guys wanted to work with influencers but couldn't because reaching out to all of them, negotiating with all of them, making sure that they work with the right people, all of these things was too complicated. So they needed to have like 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 person to just get a group of 20 person at night. The ROI was not there for business. And the bloggers were reaching out Atlantis, were reaching out One and Only, were reaching out Koya, Zuma, etc., all the best places in the UAE. And they were falling into the request, even though they were potentially the right person. And the match was not happening, right? So everything in life is just a question of matching.
Yeah.
You want to work with a person, and you want to make sure that you select the right person. You set the rules clear on the table. You know, you play open cards, and the match happens. The venue gives the the offer that was promised, and the blogger is delivering the deliverables.
In life, I hear like everything. We are people in optimistic in a kind of way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So right now, if everything is good, we don't need to come up with solutions. Right now, I feel like there is a problem not having structure in this area. So if you come up with a solution, people love it. So like any kind of app, like Instagram came up with interacting with people easier, like sharing your like memories in there.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you guys fix the problem? How are you guys taking steps to fix this problem? What is your goal? Like
In fixing the problem for influencers or for
yeah,
venues?
not having the structure.
Yeah, we bring the structure on the
like,
table, literally.
Like
So we bring the structure, we bring the transparency. The blogger sees what they will get. The venue sees with whom they are going to collaborate. And, it's the choice of the blogger to apply for it, and it's the choice of the venue to collaborate with this person. But at least everything is centralized. Everything is data driven, because now it's a big problem. Actually, it's been 4 years now that after the data crisis that Meta went through, Mark Zuckerberg went through a lot of troubles because all their APIs was completely open. So that means you were anyone, and I could get information about you. It was like, okay, what is the reach of TG? What can I know about this person? And I could get a lot of information about you without asking you anything. And so 4 years ago, Meta, after this crisis, decided to completely lock their API. We have a direct access to their APIs. We are quite lucky to be able to collaborate with them. And whenever someone wants to work with a venue, they can have a view on who is following this person, what is the age, what is the gender, what is the engagement rate of this person, where the followers are from, is this person interesting for my business, yes or no? Because right now, we work in a time where everything is data. You have a watch, connected watch, you have everything is connected. I think like when I breathe, like something is measuring one way or another, like any kind of data, right? And when it comes to influence, like I have the feeling we are all the brands are lost. Is this person right? Is this person right? And there is no way of knowing, except if you have a direct access to Meta API, which we do. So this is a huge added value that we bring on the market. We bring not only the connection, the ease of connection, but we bring as well the access to the data for the bloggers and for the venues.
I think as well, like you sit there and you have on one side, you've got a content creator or someone that wants to produce content for their social media, and then you've got venues that want to collaborate, and the Secret Society sits perfectly in the middle of that. And so we're providing options in a clear presented app. So the content creator, the blogger, the model can sit there and say, plan out their day and pick 5 or 6 things that they want to do in one day, and they can choose the collaboration. And then it links with the business owner who is constantly getting bombarded with DMs saying, oh, I can bring this to your business, I can do that. And then they can decide whether that profile suits their business, and then the magic can happen.
So are you guys trying to, so what is the like, a normal person can be influencing other people, or like they need to have certain like this level of standard to go through the app, like at least 10K followers, 20K followers? What is the normal standard?
It depends, because we are looking for different type of individuals, because our app is not only made for bloggers. We are bringing what we call fillers into nightclubs, beach clubs. You go out sometimes in Bali, right?
Of course, yeah.
And you're the man, huh? And so you want to go to a place that has a great atmosphere. So right now on the island, like whenever you want to work with, a lot of venues are working with promoters. So they're working with promoters that brings the nice crowd, the crowd that people want to see, right? So the app does that as well. So that means if you're a lifestyle individual, someone that likes to go out. You're a perfect person to be on the app. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, you don't want to you don't want to say that, but you're an influencer. You don't like them, but you're part of them. And
My goal is to put value and educational.
yeah, it's an influence. You influence people. But somehow the main thing is like we're not only looking for people that just post things online. We're looking for lifestyle individuals that are going to places and bringing a certain vibe to the place. So they bring an element to the party. So that is the type of people that we're looking for as well. So the app can be great for someone that is in Bali since 6 months, doesn't know necessarily where to go, loves to go out. She registers on the platform, and we will give her access to any places that would like this type of individuals.
I think as well, if you think about someone who's got a following of, let's say, 10,000, but they've got their pictures of them sitting with their cat on the couch, and there's 10,000 people that love that, they're not going to be automatically accepted onto our platform. They need to fit a criteria. So if they're attractive people that have a really great lifestyle, they've got great energy, then that's the sweet spot for us. And let's say they only have 2,000, with a platform like the Secret Society as well, that can grow. So they'll have more content, they can collaborate with more businesses. Not only that, they can go to venues with someone that might have 25, 30, 1 million followers, and they can learn, they can collaborate together and grow a more organic profile.
Well, so I feel like there is also people like with certain limited of standards. Like I know a guy who is famous, but he doesn't have Instagram.
Yeah.
He's been on a couple of videos. He knows how to articulate. He knows stuff, but he doesn't have Instagram. I think he would be a good influencer because I know him personally, but he doesn't have Instagram. Like, can you guys able to like there is 1,000 followers of a person, but he doesn't want more. Like he's only looking to have a close friend of circles and influence them, right? So is it possible for you guys to
Sure, I love that. In Dubai, 75% of our clients are nightclubs, beach clubs, restaurants, cafes, and a lot of people from the nightlife industry are not necessarily people with thousands of followers. I think you have a lot of examples on the island. I met a lot of what we call key opinion leaders. There are people that sometimes have 500 followers, but everyone knows them. You know what I mean? They are the guys that are, opening new concepts. They are people that are moving the crowds with WhatsApp, with the word of mouth, with just their parties, their name. You know what I mean? I
thing about Bali is it's a small place. Yeah. You don't need to be on any kind of applications. No. Don't need to know each other. I sit at Revolver for a day. There is hundreds of people pass by and say hello. We're not even connected on any kinds of apps because we just know each other on the road. So talking to somewhere else. I think in Bali, word of mouth also affects more than also social media. But in the same time, people needs to now the marketing became social media, right? So that's where you guys coming in to put in a structure to this. My question is that how this is gonna affect the local community here?
Positively,
because I'm worried that now everybody is coming here, the party culture is growing a little more, and everybody's trying to live here, and now the green zones are going off. Yeah. This is affecting the local community for sure, but you also need to include that where it affects small businesses. You guys need to be able to help the small businesses here.
There's a couple of ideas that I've been working on as well to implement some real change, and not just come here and do business, and really see if we can help. And in my eyes, people like the guys from Shanghai Watch, they should have 1 billion followers. Yeah. The things that they're doing for Canggu and the community is phenomenal. You know, and so where we might offer our services completely free to those guys to collaborate and engage with some people and get some hands picking up rubbish, that actually makes some real good. And then we're gonna sort of look for those sort of charities on the island that are making really a massive difference to the place and collaborate with them, and hopefully really make some change.
One of the stories is like a small business that I know. Like I told you the story. I go to my friend's coffee shop, which is owned by local, and I known him for a year and a half now. And I go there to just to support my friend, even though I cannot like hang out with other people. I cannot meet other people. I just go there because he's my friend. So there's a shop opposite to that. It's a small business owned by local. And one day a guy comes to the shop and he has like 2,000 followers or something. And he's like, can I have this much followers? Can you give me something free to eat? And the guy is like, no, we don't do that. And he's like, I have this much followers. I'm going to put negative review on your shop. So,
Blackmailing, yeah.
so people are using the social media to like literally blackmail
Yeah.
the owners to give free stuff. I think this is getting out of hands. Like this should not be like that. I don't care you have 100K followers. This is Bali. Everybody has followers. It doesn't really matter. Like you put a good stuff up. Like if you actually see there is something bad happening in the restaurant, yeah, put a bad review. But who are you to decide you're gonna promote this or not promote this? This is where I feel like really important for you guys to step in, because the reason I agreed to like do this because I feel like this could help structurize the people and give the control to the venues.
Yeah, I think from my point of view and understanding that is vital. You know, we sit there and it's, okay, sure, we want to try and make sure that there is a great user platform for our guests, whether it is the top known beach clubs. But for me, the real growth is these businesses that have a great offering and don't get the numbers, you know, and that's for me is like, we've heard cases in Dubai where, you know, venues have opened and they're not getting the traction, but it's in a great location, the food's great, and they're just not getting the people.
Yeah.
And then these brands that have grown over, you know, 12 months using the approach that we've got are now household names. There's nothing stopping us from collaborating with anyone. And if the offer's right and, you know, the positioning's right, or there's a great story behind the brand, that's the key. Let's get these people in front of them and help them grow and build, and that's going to be the satisfaction from us. Not signing the number one beach club on the island and interacting. Sure, it's great for business and things like that, but these little guys that are the cogs of Bali, they're the key success stories.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand business is business at the end of the day. You have to make money to run the business, like every business. But I think at like maybe 10%, 20%, you try to support the locals.
Of course.
Yeah, I think Romain, we're going to have some conversations to say, oh, we're doing another one for free. And he's like, oh, Josh just wants to do everything in Bali for free. But I think it's a community, Bali, and if you're not giving back, then you're not going forward, you know?
The thing is, what we built over the last 6 years is as well a community on the platform, in a sense where we work with a lot of people in Dubai as well, like on a complementary basis, where we are like, this is a great added value for, you know, for the platform, for our members, for the entire community. So I truly believe that, and we're speaking about that with Josh, Bali has so many hidden gems. I see it this way because obviously I might see it with the eyes of a foreigner, because I'm coming here every like 2-3 times in a year, so I might not have the same vision as you guys do. But for me, it very much feels that obviously I know the top landmarks on the islands, but sometimes I like to literally like try a place that I never heard of. Yesterday we ate in a restaurant that even, you know, Josh didn't know about, and it was mind-blowing, you know what I mean? And I was like, if more people knew about this place, that would be great. And I think the business will obviously be elevated, they will make more money, and a lot of people will be able to discover that. So what we are looking for on the app is not necessarily the largest names, even though definitely I would like to have them, as you say. It's a business, and we want to work with the top players. But I would like to have these small local coffee shops, the Indonesian restaurants that are a bit hidden in new locations on the island, great places in Ubud. You know what I mean? This is what we are. This is what we are aiming for at the end of the day.
I think the local activity operator too, you know, whether it's the parasailing in Sanua, you know, like these guys there that, you know, if we come there and say, oh, this is our platform and this is how much it's going to cost you, they're just going to say no. But, you know, we want to work with them. We want to collaborate with them. They're doing great things. So let's use them on the platform,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And also, one of the things I heard 2 days ago that most of the businesses here in Bali, they survive. They don't make money.
Yeah.
There's only few businesses that well established make money. Every other business, it's like making even or like
Breaking
losing
even,
money. So, where do you guys come in these scenarios, like to help? Not all of you. Nobody can help everybody, right? So, like where do you guys think that you guys come in and help this picture?
Sorry, you can answer it too if you like. But no, we come from a point of view as we're not a yes company either. So just because you're going to come to us and be on board with us doesn't mean that your brand aligns with the vision of our business either.
Yeah.
So we don't say yes to everyone.
Yeah.
The platform needs to be, or the business needs to be successful on the platform as well. So if it doesn't meet our criteria, then it's not an automatic yes. And so we align ourselves with the right businesses that are either ethically doing everything correct, and so it's not just an automatic yes.
The thing is, like, to go back to your question on, you know, F&B all over the world is suffering, not only in Bali.
Yeah.
In Dubai, a lot of people think that, you know, every business in Dubai is making millions of US$. If you think about it, restaurants in hotels don't make money. That's a given all over the world because only the rooms are making money. Restaurants in Dubai makes like 20% profit when it's at its peak, when it works very well.
Yeah.
But, you know, the feed out and all of that cost a lot of money. So after COVID, all of these businesses started like, you know, bleeding money all over the world. At the minute, me personally, I'm coming from a marketing background and I have the feeling that when you're a business owner, and I see it myself, every marketing tool is expensive. PR agencies are out, they're extremely pricey. Modeling agencies are very pricey. You are a club, you want to work with a promoter, costs a lot of money. Like, to give you an example, like all over the world, a promoter will charge per head that they bring to the venue.
Yeah.
So the venue needs to make money, needs to pay the staff, needs to pay the rent, need to pay the food that they give you, and on top of that, they need to pay people to bring people for free in the venue. You know, it's complicated. So the goal of what we do is actually we want to give to businesses the opportunity of getting more for a way much more affordable price. So they can work with us, and all of a sudden they can work with models, they can work with lifestyle individuals, they can work with content creators at a very affordable price. So the objective, and I join you on that. I'm you know, a lot of my friends have restaurants, not only in this part of the world, but in, you know, in Europe, in US, and it's very hard to close the months on you know, on various occasions. So we are here to help with this.
Can you give us an example, step by step, how the app actually works?
Sure.
For the listeners, for they can easily understand in a layman's terms. You know?
Of course. So when you're a guest, basically you can see all the activations that we offer. The guests can show their interest, so they can say, like, I want to go there. This is what I want to do. The clients, on the other hand, can see who is interested by the activation, and from there the clients can choose with which influencers they can work with. The good news with that is, like, the venues will be able to see the data of these influencers, so who is following this person, and they will be able to see the behavioral rating of this person. So that is something that you were talking about. A lot of influencers have bad behavior.
Yeah.
So they will be able to see the ratings that all the rest of the venues have been giving to this influencer. Based on that, they will choose if they want to collaborate, yes or no, with this person. When all the selection is done,
So you're saying you can rate influencers on the app?
the clients are,
Yeah,
the venues are.
Gives the power back to the venue
Yeah.
to say, like, yeah, sure, you might have come in and collaborated well, your content was great, but your attitude was terrible. You know, you were a pain to, you came late, you weren't dressed appropriately. And so, yeah, it's giving them control. And what we're also doing is actually giving someone a complimentary lifestyle. So when we have the power to take that away from them, too. So it's keeping them honest. It's making them do the right thing. So then they come to the venue with the right attitude to say, I'm going to do really well here. My content's going to be great. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to be respectful to the business. And then it's like, because if you don't, hey, tomorrow, guess what? You're not on the app anymore.
Yeah.
And we're giving the power and the control coming back to the venue, and we're supplying the content for the people.
So give us an like an event example, like what kind of events are there, and how do I approach it? Like, so think of me as I don't know anything.
Sure.
So,
I think when the app first started, it was really heavily focused around hospitality. But now it's opened up into any category.
Yeah.
Anyone where you need an influential person to promote your business, it could be anything. Even as a business, we don't say no. We try to work out a way to if it's not being done now, it could be done tomorrow.
How much? Yeah. Sorry.
So then what would happen is that the event goes live, and let's say that we're going to collaborate with a cafe. They might say that we're going to offer a breakfast and a coffee. It could be as simple as that. If it's a well-known brand, there'll be high interest from the guest list. And then it's the choice who they want to collaborate with. And then obviously, if you're sitting in a position where your brand's not noticed, your offer might need to be higher than if it was a well-known brand. So, and then we can manage those, and we can change those set of deliverables to suit the venue, you know. So it's more organic. And then the influencer knows exactly what they're going to get, and then they decide, hang on, that offer's not suited to me. But then there might be someone that'll say, yeah, I'll go for that. So it could be even just as simple as a free coffee, you know, that might get the attention of someone to say, yeah, sure. And obviously, if we get to the position where, let's say, the guest list, or there's more influencers than there is offer, well, then the offers can be a lot lighter too, you know. So it's an arm wrestle between the two of how many venues and activations you have compared to how many influencers you have.
Is it subscription based or like a percentage based?
It's completely free for the bloggers. So bloggers can register and everything is free.
What about the venues?
For the businesses, they pay a monthly retainer to be on the platform. But the objective was, so we have been studying the pricing policy, countries per countries, because now we're in the UAE. We're opening London on the 1st of June. The first event in Bali will actually take place on the 1st of May, so like literally in 11 days from now. The venues are paying a monthly retainer, and they can get an unlimited access to our bloggers, so they can work with as many people as they want, as many models as they want, as many lifestyle individuals as they want.
But if you see the difference between hiring a marketing manager for the venue and using your platform, what was the difference for for understanding the venues?
No, we're not the same. Like it's important to have. I want to say to the venues, keep your marketing people. Like we are not here to.
No, like
you
guys come in like.
Get rid of everyone. We are here to help the community. We put everyone out of work. No. The marketing managers are here to have a comprehensive, understanding of the venues. They are here to create content. They are here to do community management. They are here to literally publish content. And marketing goes above and beyond just the creative part of it. A marketing manager is a person that, create the promotions, create the events. It's the branding. The branding. Yeah. So it's
one key.
We are a tool that you give to your marketing manager to be more efficient.
It's the same like using PR agencies, right? So when it comes,
I think in Bali as well is a little bit different where, like if someone wants to do a photo shoot in their venue and they are searching for a model, you have to go through a modelling agency.
Yeah.
And the model has to have a kittus to be paid for the work.
Yeah.
And so in this category now, if you look at F&B, and unless you're modelling clothes where you're going to have a billboard shot, yeah, sure, you probably need a high-end model for that. But if you're talking about content that's going to go into a cafe, you just need a lifestyle individual. Yeah. And you can pick and choose the character you want to play in the book, and because there's no transaction fee going in, we're not paying anyone, it might be a voucher to your venue. Then it opens up that category hugely for hospitality.
And that's a good point you mentioned, that how do you navigate between people who can able to work in Bali using this or not able to work in Bali?
We don't pay the blogger, so no one is paid, everyone is rewarded. So this is a big difference. If I wanted tomorrow to pay someone, this person will need to have a KITAS and will need to be able to, pay taxes back to the government.
Do you guys take this? Does this person have the work authorization or not? Kind of photos or like Kita's photos,
No, at the end of the day, you don't need to, because literally right now is like, I'm sure you have a lot of friends in restaurants, and they tell you like, hey TG, and tonight I would like to invite you for dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's no problem.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
the complimentary stuff I understand.
Yes,
like photo modeling, that's different.
No, modeling
story.
is as well. So very easily we work with models, we work with content creators, and we work with lifestyle individuals. When we speak about models, we work always on a barter-based basis. So that means like a model comes for a photo shoot, let's say for a cafe. This person participates in 3 hours photo shoots, and at the end we offer to this person a voucher to redeem an experience. So it's always deliverables versus experience. There is never payment in between the brands and the bloggers. This is the magic of what we do. So if you work with us as a business, you can have unlimited amount of models that you will not pay a lot of money on, because you will just need to give a great experience moving forward. Same with the content creators and same with the lifestyle individuals. We do not pay them.
Do you guys feel like the locals probably gonna affected by this, because there is local models too, there is local people. If the businesses tend to choose only the foreigners for the photo shoot, and the foreigners do free photo shoot, and locals charge for the money, and they choose the foreigners for free stuff, do you guys think it affects the local community?
No, it depends from which angle you see it, because as you were saying just before, most of the businesses are not making any money. You know what I mean? So this is where we were saying like we are a life-changing solution for them, in a sense where all of a sudden they will drop their charges and they will make more money. In Dubai, modeling agencies are still making a lot of money. I just have the feeling that they are focusing on where they can very much move the needle. I think Josh said it very well. Whenever you do a photo shoot in a restaurant, the real model is the restaurant. It's not. You never look at a video on social media of restaurants and you are just looking at the models. You look at how cool, what kind of music, what kind of vibe, what view, what foods. So this is the venue is the model. The people are just here to act, right? So I think if you look at all the markets where we are in, the modeling agencies are making a huge difference. If tomorrow you are shooting, for example, the next campaign for a retail brand, the models plays a huge part into it. I have been a model myself. I was back in Dubai, like working for modeling agencies. So I'm always putting myself as my old self and say like, would have liked this, this tool. Sorry. Would I like having access to a tool like this one? Definitely, as a model. Most of the models are suffering from not getting enough money all over the world. So they're like, where can I go for free? Where can I go to eat at night? Where can I go to party? So I think for the models, we are going to elevate their lifestyle, but they will focus on jobs that they really want to do, which are like retail brands, editorials, great videos for like, larger brands. But like the small photo shoot can definitely, be given on a barter base.
Yeah, I think when you talk about the local models, then they're a category, so they're still going to get work.
It's like a diversification, right?
Yeah, of course. It's like if someone wants to collaborate or use an Indonesian model, then they're going to the phone's still going to ring, and they can also use the platform. So if they're fitting the criteria, then they can, like Romain said, have the complimentary lifestyle to boot.
So like you guys said, this is for everyone. Like if they have the criteria for that particular event or the organization, anybody can use that.
Not everybody. Like it's a private app. We are not Gojek, you know what I mean? Like where you download the app and you can go for free everywhere on the island. You need to be accepted on the app, and if you are accepted on the app, after that you can go anywhere. So obviously you need to pass the requirement, but obviously if you fall under our requirement, which is you are lifestyle individuals, you are a content creator, and you are genuine into your action, and you have the intent of behaving correctly, 100% we will accept you.
I understand is if it's for everyone, it's like nobody's paying for anything then.
Yes, at this point, like, there we will be harming the businesses, yeah.
Everyone can download it.
Yeah.
You know, like whether you meet the criteria, then that's the next challenge. But it's also then back up to the venue whether they want to collaborate with you. It's an organic marketplace, so that's what makes it the best, because no one's getting paid. People are choosing to collaborate with people, and then they're getting accepted to or not. You know, so it's streamlined now.
What would be the one of the best stories that happened for you guys, like so far? Like how long you be guys? Like I know you guys doing it for 6 years in Dubai.
Yeah.
Tell the Barbican story with Coca-Cola.
Yeah, we have a lot of like cool stories, because when we first started, no one believed in it, because when we first started, it was like 6-7 years ago, and all the bloggers were getting paid. Everyone was, so we came in an age where we're like, hey, we are going to give some free collabs online. A lot of people were having a lot of doubts. So what is quite funny is like we started small with like smaller businesses, but we always try to put the best experience out there. And a bit less than a year ago, basically, we have Coca-Cola calling us in Dubai, and they are, okay, we heard about you and would like to collaborate with you. And so they were having one of their brands called Barbican. Coca-Cola have hundreds of brands.
Okay.
And they called us and they were like, listen, we have this brand called Barbican and we want to release it in the UAE.
It's an energy drink.
Energy drink.
Yeah.
It's a new energy drink. And so we're like, yeah, sure. So we do, we work, I think, with like 500 content creators that all receive like tons of Barbicans for free. So all of them were taking stories of them drinking the Barbican at the gym, some, while doing some crazy stuff. And a lot of this content went, viral. Like they were having, I think we reached like 10,000 stories in less than a month. And the sales of Barbican have been very, very good. I don't say that they are necessarily thanks to us. I think we helped, but the product is great as well. And Barbican US called Barbican UAE, Coca-Cola Ojan UAE, and they were like, hey guys, what's going on in the UAE? Because we never got as many stories for a fast-moving product. So, when was the last time that you drank a Coca-Cola and you took a story of you drinking a Coca-Cola? That's an act of every day, And all of a sudden they were having like thousands of people, filming themselves drinking, Barbican. Yeah. And so Coca-Cola was like, we need to do that all over the world because that's great. You know what I mean? Like obviously the sales are fantastic, and the bloggers were super happy. Now they have a lifetime supply of Barbican. They're all like
no Red Bull anymore.
I mean that's a classic example of like it's a product. It's not a business, as in a bricks and mortar. Yeah. And so where we just send the product to people and they post a story. There's so many brands and products out there right now that do not get a user-generated content, just because of the fact of I'm not going to take a picture of this thing that I use every day.
Yeah.
So it's opening up that platform for them.
Yeah, I think, it's I think there was a lot of education to go through, and a lot of people didn't know how to navigate through the influencers market. A lot of like great content creators, because the thing is like as well we speak a lot of the benefits for the brand, right? But the way that I see it as a user now, being a content creator on social media is very complicated in many ways, because the algorithm only rewards volume. And so all of a sudden you need to put out a lot of quality content, but as well you need to put like a volume, you need to post every single day. So that's why like you are content creators and your day needs to be fantastic, because every single day you need to post that you are here, you're doing that, and you're going at the gym and you're eating well and you're doing yoga and you know what I mean? So I think for a lot of the content creators, our app was great because on a daily basis, they could do some exciting things, but more importantly, they could be connected with interesting content creators. So when you go to one of our events, you will see around you, or even sometimes at the same table. Let's say that it's in a nightclub. At the same table, you have a table of content creators, and all of them can, exchange numbers, collaborate, tag each other's, and uplift each other's. The mantra of the secret society is do what you can't. This is what we say. You can do things that you normally can't. You can have a lifestyle in the most expensive cities in the world. Honestly, Bali is pretty expensive.
Yeah. It's becoming
I'm living in Dubai since 10 years, and I'm
Yeah.
saying that Bali is decently expensive. There is similar price points in Dubai and in Bali now. And honestly, like, if you want to have an interesting life in Bali, you want to go out on a daily, you want to meet people, you want to, take great content, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So we are here to allow people to do what they can't. Similarly with the businesses, you say like a lot of them are spending way too much money for things that they are not even sure of any ROI. We are here to give them the ability of like working with models for free, working with content creators for free, working with, filling up nicely their parties with like hundreds of people. So we allow them to do what they normally can't.
Because I see in the nightclubs a lot of the promoters, like a couple of my friends are promoters, and this is a normal lifestyle in Bali. Like now, one of the event I went Valentine's Day, I saw like they want to fill up the venue.
Mm-hmm.
They bring 20 promoters in, and it looks like filled up, but naturally they're just people just getting paid or getting free stuff from the venue.
Yeah, but if you think about it the other way, imagine you go into a place and the place is empty. Or the only people that you have, not empty, but let's say that 25% of the place is filled up. You go there with the intention of like spending a cool night with a couple of your friends. The place is empty. Would you stay or would you leave?
I will leave.
You will leave.
Yeah.
So the thing is like you leave, so all of a sudden the venue, they lost a customer. As well, let's say that it's decently filled, but it's not a crazy place. You will not spend as much money if the place was absolutely booming, right? So if you think about it, it's building a party is a very complicated equation. You need to have the right ingredients into that. You need to have people that are willing to spend money. You need to have like a crowd that is willing to party. You need to have great music, great food. So it's like a mix of a lot of different ingredients, right? We bring a part of the ingredients to build the entire cake, right? So we personally, I know a lot of people that were on the other side, and Josh was actually an F&B operator in the past. There is nothing worse than having your entire staff working and having your venue completely empty because you feel
that
powerless.
happens a lot here in Bali.
Yeah. And
the energy goes down on a staff level. The morale's terrible, and it's like, even if it is like just they're cooking food, even if you are giving it away, the staff are more motivated, and so it keeps them enthused and energized, and it means a lot more. One of the other things that I really picked up on, and even obviously understanding the business and the business model, going to Dubai, it offered a safe haven for young single women. Let's say that there's a couple of two girls that are traveling to Bali. One girl gets Bali belly. Her friend is not going to go out, doesn't feel safe.
Yeah,
so even if they do align with a promoter and they might end up going out with a group of girls, there's no control over it. And so we find as well, a lot of the staff that are in the business in Dubai started as guests, and then they've worked their way up and they became team leaders. Then they became account managers. And some of their network of friends in Dubai are through the app, where Bali is very similar to Dubai as in that expat community. So they're building friendships and they're feeling safe. They're going in a controlled manner. They're getting a complimentary lifestyle. They're getting their content, but they're meeting friends. And so you go and you get 10 girls sitting around a table that are all like-minded. It's not from a venue looking in or a consumer coming into that venue. It's not a paid table.
Yeah.
They're meeting people. They're having a great time. They've
the
chosen to go there.
Yeah. At the same time, you're building the community, feeling friends. But I just wanted to ask, like, you've been in this industry for like 6-7 years now. What do you think about the herd mentality? Like, people, like, you see the gyms, like, I've been here long enough to see that people go where everybody's going.
Yeah.
even though it's good or not, like it tastes good or not, it just
Yeah,
like for example, Black Sands.
Yeah.
Every Friday people go there because herd mentality.
Sure.
Everybody's hanging out there. I'm gonna hang out there. What do you guys see? How the psychology is affecting that to like happen?
Always existed. You know what I mean? So the thing is, a lot of people now tends to questions a lot of things that already existed in the past. So the thing is, like, if you think about it in the time of our parents or even grandparents, marketing word of mouth, you know what I mean? It's the oldest marketing ever. I'm just thinking that now, obviously, social media is making it easier. But, you know, I saw a lot of the herd mentality is exactly that. Is like you want to do what the rest of the people are doing, but it happens to us on every level. Everyone has an iPhone for the same reason. We are consuming the same thing. Like we are following, you know, the same person because this is how the human being is made. You know what I mean? We tend to follow what the next person is doing, right?
Yeah.
So I just think that social media have amplified that. We are a tool. That's why we are called the secret society. You know, a lot of people are like, wow, what is this name? Like, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, what we do is like we create hype around products, around brands, around restaurants. And at the very beginning, when I created this company, I was actually looking at what hype means because, you know, everyone is speaking, oh, this place has a great hype, or this product, or this gym, or whatever. And I was like, what is it? What is it the hype about? You know, what does it mean actually? How do we create and induce hype? And if you think about it, in psychology, basically, in order for me to make you purchase something or go somewhere, I need to aim at you through 3 different angles. So if you, let's say that right after this podcast, right, we sit and I tell you like, hey, I'm going to this gym, it's great. You will be like, interesting, you know, I'm looking for a new gym. And after that, you come back home and you meet some friends and they tell you like, hey, you know, I went to this gym and it's fantastic. And you go on Instagram and all of a sudden you see someone that is completely unrelated to the 2 person that told you about this gym, telling you that they are going there. Just by taking a story there, you'll be like, okay, I need to try. There is a hype around this place because you saw 3 person that are not related whatsoever doing the same thing. So all of a sudden you're like, okay, it's interesting. I want to know what's going on there. And, you know, the word of mouth was in a certain sense. It's like, if everyone goes to that, that means it's good, you know, somehow.
Yeah.
If not, people will...
It's like they are going there, why not I go there? So
Yeah, definitely. And as well, there is the phenomenon of like, I want to be seen. I want to be seen there because everyone is going there. So, you know, I think it's part of the human being at this point.
I think there's 2 things. There's obviously an expat community in Bali, and they sort of start to really get their rhythm. And they probably don't frequent those venues as many times that are on that purple circle list, you know. And so, but when you talk about people that are looking from the outside coming in, maybe it is their 2 to 1 month holiday here, and they're just ticking off boxes. They've already made their Instagram list before they get here, and they're going straight away. When if you look at what's happening on this island, and certainly in Canggu, it's like there's new businesses opening every day, and it's in Boomtown. And so there's so many amazing venues that have just opened that are not on that purple circle yet. And that's what this is about. Let's get that position 2 business that has a great offering, great location, great fit out that no one's been to yet or is not going to regularly. That's the key for us. That's the growth. You know, it's promoting them and getting people to then say, hey, there is some amazing venues out here that you're not going to.
Yeah, because this has always wondered me, like the places people go, like herd mentality. I don't like to follow that. Like
you always
like,
at Black Sands on Friday.
No,
and then revolver during the week, you know.
That's the thing with me and everybody else in the Black Sands. If you see me, I'm at the end of the corner every day watching the people why they are here.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Well, I do 2 for 1, so it's
no, like that's the thing about me. Like the reason I sit at Revolver to see where these people are going, what's going on. The reason I go to Black Sands. At the same time, it feels nice to be around like so many people. But for me, what I enjoy is like why all these people are here. What kind of dresses are they wearing? What kind of drinks are they drinking? What are they doing here?
Yeah.
You know, are they like dancing, getting too drunk, or like trying to hit on women, or like what is this? You know, we're always, me and my friend is the corner people. Like yesterday, I was telling him, do you think is anybody else watching us? We watching
Doing the
people?
same thing, yeah.
No, we watching people. He's like, well, they understands game. Like game understands game.
Yeah,
If they're watching us, they're watching people too.
Yeah,
So that means they know what we are doing. So this is the like I'm trying to figure out all the time, like why people tend to like Power and Revive. People love to go there because there's so many people are going there now, and Obsidian, the gym, they're like most of the influencers try to go there because a couple of influencers, you know, Andrew, like couple of big influencers moved there. And they saw, like you said, they went to the same gym. Oh, I like to go to the same gym as him. You know?
Yeah, well, we've done the Black Sands on a Friday. It's a great vibe. You know, it's a great venue. They do a really good offering. And so, but obviously, I'm in a different category. I have 3 young kids. So we've started to move our Friday evenings to La Baja. You know, and
La Baja, Bali,
yeah, it's super quiet. It's super chilled. It's amazing.
It's a new upcoming place, right?
Food's great. You know, and so it's a cool vibe. Now I've said it, it's probably going to get bombarded, and then I'll be searching for the new one for a little bit more peace and quiet for my kids to destroy. You know? But
yeah, this is what like for some people you want it to be quiet, like even the surfing thing, like right. Surfers don't like to tell people where they surf because it's gonna get bombarded.
Of course.
So certain things you like to have people, certain things you don't like to have people around you.
And it changes too. So it changes. Like sometimes you want to say, oh, well, I want that hustle and bustle vibe. And then other times I want to chill out, you know?
You know, restaurants are a social experiment. If you think about it, you know, we are paying big money to eat around people that we don't know.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like it's, if you think about it, you were saying like I'm here about looking at people, and people are going out in restaurants for the food, but as well for other aspects of it, right? To put themselves out there. Sometimes it can be to look into some peace, a nice view. But there is a social experimentation out of that, seen and be seen. You know what I mean? It's a funny thing. Like if you take a lot of people on the island, some people will go, let's say, to Black Sand, or they will go to some popular beach clubs to be seen, you know, spending money, you know what I mean? Like it's a very special thing to think about someone spending like, you know, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 US dollar in a bottle of vodka that costs like, you know, 10 US dollar, you know what I mean? If you think about it, you know what I mean? It's and they waste it. It's
they just give it to people that they don't even know.
You,
and it's
you
like,
know what I mean? Like
what's the reason behind that?
The entire concept of F&B is a social experiment if you think about it. So it's an interesting thing, and I think like I find Bali very obviously on an F&B scene. I find it very fantastic. I've never been an operator myself, but I'm highly passionate about you know, beach club, nightclubs, and the way that they operate and what they provide, what are the USPs, trying to understand what the managers are going through, what are the challenges of it. And the first time I landed on this island, I was like mind blown by the level of details and the level of forward thinking that people were having here. And I was saying that to Josh while coming here. I was like looking at places, and I was like the level of details into. It's just like a small donut shop that could be taken from Bali and literally placed into New York City, and no one will make any difference. It's absolutely crazy. It looks like everyone on this island have taste. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, well, it's a melting pot.
The one that is out of taste. You know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely mind blowing. A lot of places in Dubai are not as good as this.
In my opinion, there's nowhere in the world like it. When you talk about in a 5 kilometre radius, where you talk about how many amazing operators are here. I mean, you look at the last 2 years really in Paraná. Like that road is now full of some amazing food. Yeah. You know, in the space of 250 metres. Like if I go back to my hometown in Perth, you know, you got to drive 40 minutes. You might have one good restaurant in one suburb and then one in another one. But the eclectic mix in a 5 kilometre radius from Seminyak to Barawa to Canggu. And then you can go do the same thing in Ubud. You know, you put that little circle around that. There's so much amazing food there. Uluwatu. It's got pockets of just elite operators. You know, it's amazing.
I feel like this is mixed up cultures, mixed up everything here. Like if you compare US, like US has everything in there because people moved in there. It's a destination. It's like for a dream them. Bali is, I feel like it's a tourism, number one tourism spot in the whole world. Not, I wouldn't say number one. It's one of the top 10, whatever. But people come here thinking that it's open. It's a good start for you to. People come here to like learn about something about themselves, and at the same time when you see like people hire foreigners, people hire different foreigners, depends on what kind of restaurant you're trying to build. So all the cultures are mixed, everybody has unique ideas, and you're mixing it to one place, of course it will become very unique thing. With having so many unique things, people are struggling to find which is the best one to go.
Yeah.
I know it makes it very complicated, honestly. Yeah. Like the space is very competitive.
Yeah, it's super competitive.
Very competitive. If you like, you gotta be on your toes every day. You miss one day, you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think like, better to be in such, diamonds are built under pressure.
Yeah.
It's by raising the bar so high that you're able to have a situation like these ones where everyone is trying to bring the new concepts. I was, speaking to Josh, and I was there in November, and I was like, I was going there. I was like, oh yeah, but now there is this and that, and this place that has a better menu, larger amount of drinks or whatever. So I think everything elevates the quality of what you can find on the island. So obviously it makes it very complicated for the operators, but for the consumers, it's an absolute heaven.
I think that's a good conversation we had so far.
Yeah.
We are super excited to offer this solution on the island. Me personally, so it's the thing that is quite funny is we could have started with New York, Miami, could have went to Madrid. But we are launching London very quickly, but I launched Bali because I fell in love with this place like 7 years ago, and everyone was like, "Why are you going to Bali?" You know what I mean? Like, and so I just wanted to find a good excuse to come to the island.
Yeah, same like everyone else in the hospitality industry.
So at least now I have a good excuse to come every 3 months, right?
Yeah, I think these guys as well, these operators that have, I think the rest of the world in hospitality, certainly Australia, it's tough business. Even everywhere. And so they're like, let's go to Bali, we'll set up a bar there. At least then like 50% of my time I can live the life.
We're excited to meet people here. We're excited to become like a thing, part of the landscape, collaborate with people, build a community. You know what I mean? Because I think like since I'm coming and, even during this podcast, we keep speaking about community all the time. Like how do we help the community? So I'm very much looking forward to bring a solution that will help everyone as well in this space that is a bit messy at the minute, and allow people to do what they can't.
What made you to start this?
Money. No, it's not true. It's not that.
Come on.
I used to always say, like, we're here to make friends, not money, Like,
no, it's not true. It's not even for that. The funny thing is, like, actually, just to come back to what you were saying is, so I was on the other side of the spectrum when I was younger. When I came to Dubai, I was working for Abercrombie, the NF, yeah. And I was. So I liked retail, and I worked many years in retail. I opened a lot of stores in the UAE, and I was trying to make a bridge between retail and F&B back then. So that's why we started with a solution that was very F&B hospitality focus, and I was having a lot of friends that were, trying to become actors, trying to become models. They were working in this, fashion world, and a lot of the F&B wanted to collaborate with these people, but they were having no way. So they were trying to use vessels as me, saying like, hey, can you put me in contact with some people? Can you bring a group to my restaurant, to my party, to my event? And I always thought that the space was lacking communication and structure and transparency. So the objective was to give that, and it started with communicating, the fashion industry, lifestyle individuals. In the fashion industry, there is a lot of people that do not have a lot of followers, but that are very influenced. They are working in magazines. They are very strong PR-wise. Their image is going, above and beyond just social media, and my job was to bring them into venues, and after that, social media came and influencers started, and you were having, a new type of influence, and so we mixed that all together. But the goal has always been to give more transparency, to help myself, because somehow I was on the other side of the spectrum. I was a person that wanted to have access to such services. I wanted to go and meet people. I wanted to go into nice places, and I didn't have the money. When I came to Dubai, I was literally broke.
Struggling model, huh?
I was struggling. I was having no money whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so I was getting invited here and there. I was trying to make my way in, and I didn't know where to go and what to do. Is it safe there? Is it not safe there? What would I get? What do I need to do, etc. So the entire space was very unorganized, and so I believe I built this platform for people like me. You know what I mean? Literally.
Most of the successful business in the world was trying to create a solution for a problem. So
Yeah.
I feel like this is a solution for a lot of the non-structured problems. I think hopefully this will help a lot of venues.
Are you going to register? You're an influencer. No? Well, he changed his mind now. He's like, influencers fantastic. Like, it's influencers are great. You know what I mean? Like,
Starts with like, oh, I think the influencers.
guys, it's official. He's working with us. He's working with us.
I might be. I still feel I'm not the influencer. I'm nobody. I'm just a guy who's trying to also try to solve some problems, which if I can. If not, I'm just having a normal conversation with people who's trying to solve problems. So
I do appreciate that.
thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And please, venues or the people who wants to collab with venues, this app, for me, it seems like a normal way of solving the structure for the fake influencers. And also I think it's very valuable for the venues.
Yeah,
That's where I felt like close to me. So it's kind of a new marketing tool which will solve most of the problems which is happening in Bali, and I hope it helps people.
Sure.
Thank you.